Welcome to the Empowered Slacker Society, where we believe in working smarter, not harder, so you have more time and energy for the things that truly matter. Each week, we share a powerful strategy with a new guest expert to help you achieve more with less effort. If you want to get these weekly tips, subscribe to the channel, follow the podcast, and be sure to sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Everything is linked below. Let's get into this week's tip.
Hi, everybody. I'm DeShawn Wert. And it's so great to see you here. It's so great to be here. And today we're going to be tackling something I experience and some of my clients experience all the time, which is overwhelm and this feeling of being pushed in our busy lives. And today I'm going to share a Slacker hack that's called Think-Sift-Shift. And it's a simple 3-step practice that I use and my clients use. And it's designed to help get rid of this mental clutter that we have. And it helps with our time narrative, which I'm finding for me is really important. And a time narrative is how we see time in our lives. Many of us see it as a thief or a trickster or some sort of boss breathing down our neck. And I can't intentionally go into my week with that feeling about time. And so this process that I'm sharing kind of helps us with that as well. I'm going to share how you can get access to my free 3 core mind shifts, which we're going to talk about for just a little bit in here. And it is that piece that really helps us work with our time narrative. So by the end of our 10 minutes, I hope you feel less overwhelmed and can start enjoying the fruits of your labor a little bit. So as we go on here, let me tell you about how it was for me. When I first started, I was a person who, whenever I thought of something, I thought I was being super organized and writing it down. Well, all that did was just create a bunch of Post-it notes, a lot of scattered notes, and it really wasn't a system. All it did was add to my overwhelm. So I knew I needed to come up with something that was systematic and would help me take care of all these notes and thoughts that were going through my mind. And that's when I came up with the Think, Sift, Shift process. And once I started doing this process regularly every week, life became more peaceful, less overwhelming, and actually more productive. It made me a very proactive into my week. And then when I started folding the mindset piece the mindset shifts in as well, that's when I also started to see how I looked at time differently. And let's see here. So let me share a little bit about this process with you. The think process is the first step. And basically, we're taking everything that's in our brain and we're dumping it out. And we're setting a timer for 7 minutes. I recommend everybody use the same notebook that you dump everything in there. And this does not have to be pretty. It does not have to be organized. It just has to be legible. You have to be able to read your own writing. But what you do initially in that 7-minute timer that you set is your brain dump. Once the alarm goes off, you're going to look at that dump, and you're going to sift through it. And you're going to set your alarm for another 7 minutes more and push it to more. I mean, everybody has a different life. So or in a different thinking process. So if you need 10 minutes, that's fine. I like to use 7 as an example, but use what you need for that second timer to sift through. And what I'm doing in that sift is I'm looking for what needs deadlines, what needs to be done this week, what needs to be urgent, what do I need to arrange this week to get me to the next second process. Maybe there's a lot of multi-step tasks in my life. I'm sharing things between people. So what needs to be done this week so that I can make the deadlines for sharing? And you have to include something you look forward and enjoy. It can't be work, work, work all the time. Some of us are very driven that way. I know I was. So I want you to kind of look at how you can do that as well. But make sure you do in the second process, look for things you enjoy. And while you're sorting, I'm plugging into my calendar. Now, I'm an analog girl. I write things down and I put it in my calendar, but use your use your apps, your iCal, however, your digital reminders and management pieces that you may have. Like I said, I'm analog, and I find that works better for me. Because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind for me anyway. So a few tips in getting started with this process. Start with 20 minutes and pick a day. Pick the same day, same time. Make this an appointment with yourself. And by regularly practicing the think, sift, shift process, you will start to feel more in control of your time narrative. You'll be more proactive and intentional. And I have found it. I'm just saying from my personal experience. And I had a client just tell me the other day, the Sunday planning experience is changing everything. She's feeling caught up. She feels confident, and she's managing. So just FYI, as we go on. The last, and I kind of moved us over here. So there's there's the 7 minutes, thinking, 7 minutes, sorting. Then there's just reflection at the end. And it's about the core mindsets that I want to bring into my week. And the prompt, I told you about my journal prompt. You'll have access to, I have a journal with prompts in there that can help you kind of go through this for yourself. I've studied it in myself a lot, and I help clients work on that. But the 3 core mindsets that I find the most important in this process is going from time scarcity to time clarity. I'm very clear on what I'm going to be working on, and this process helps you do that so that you have enough time for what truly matters today. That's what I say to myself going into the week on Sunday. I have enough time for what truly matters today. Or maybe a core mind shift you may need to work on is going from time management to time investment. So management is about trying to manage stuff. I try to invest my time in things. I'm not spending my time on whatever, I'm investing it. So when I am investing my time in alignment with things that matter to me today, that means that I prioritize what I want done. And that's how I've looked at that list. The final core time mind shift that I find very beneficial, and I've put in my journal for anybody to have, is from time pressure, I have to, to time choice. I choose where my time and energy goes today. And this can be really helpful in some of those very mundane tasks that we find ourselves having to do. I don't know. I just feel like these 3 time shifts, mindset shifts can really be helpful in our time narrative, because I don't know about you, but my time management made me feel like I was never enough, and I was constantly doing and nothing got done. This has helped me put it into better perspective. Let's move on here. So one of the things I've learned about time is it's productivity is not about doing more. Productivity is about creating space for what matters most to me. That's how I manage my time now. That's how I have time choice. That's how I choose, and that's how I set my calendar up. And so if you want to try this process, which I hope you do, I want you to lower your bar. This is not about perfectly planning your week and coming out with a perfectly executed plan. No, that's not what this is. This is about giving your best guess about what the week's going to look like. You need to schedule it, and it needs to be in a consistent place. This needs to become something important to you, because it's in the consistency of doing it over and over that you really get some traction. And then there's a lot of people who think, my life's so crazy, I don't have time to do this. You're exactly the person who this is for. If you don't think you have time for this, you're wasting your time by scattering it. This gives you a target to work for. It gives you some, it makes sure that you get your priorities in the week. You have things you look forward to. Why wouldn't you do it? I hope you learned a lot today. I know this process has been very transformative for me and my clients. You can access this journal that I keep talking about with some prompts in there. If you choose to take on the challenge of a time of the 3-step process, please email me at coach DeShawn, DeShawn Wert, and let me know how it's going. You can also check out my website and see all the different things I have there. I write a blog, and it's really about these insights I've had with making time my partner, and learning how to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Have a great day. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And I just wish you presence and purpose in the days ahead. Thanks for joining me. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this Slacker hack of the week. Remember, smart work beats busy work. Until next time, stay empowered, stay slacking. If you want to do a good deed of the day and help us grow the channel and bring you even more amazing content, leave us a comment, subscribe, leave us a review, do all the things. We'll see you guys next time.